So I did a poll on Twitter which video I should do next, and the answer is pretty clear. But I'm also actually really happy that there are votes for CPIs in Anchor and PNFTs, and almost 250 people voted. So 15% of that is also almost 40 people are interested in CPIs on Anchor, which is a great sign for me. So all of the topics are interesting. And we're gonna talk about all of those topics this month. The question is just, which one do we do first? And the answer is XNFTs. There's also something else. People wanted me to do a remake of a Beyonce video clip. I said if they get more likes than the #1 idea, which they almost did, but not quite. It was close vote, but we're not gonna do a Beyonce video. No, no, So let's do a proper intro. Hello and welcome to another Solana tutorial. Today we're gonna talk about XNFTs, cause that's a hype topic since Mad Lads minted. This is not gonna get out of my head now. I feel a little bit, claustrophobic here. The green screen is so near. Maybe I just go somewhere else. Yeah, that's much better. Mad Lads, XNFTs. Do you want to say anything about Mad Lads? I'm pretty happy with my lad. And those Mad Lads are XNFTs. So today we're going to have a look at what the hell are XNFTs? Well, actually, they're regular NFTs, just that they have features in the Backpack wallet. So let's look at the Backpack wallet. It's there. The Backpack wallet and how we can develop our XNFT ourselves. Goal for today, make an XNFT that says GM and lets me send a transaction. Just some sol to a random keeper or some shit. Something really simple. Not stupid, simple. Goal is really just to make it work. Control G, by the way, gets the Backpack wallet out and then I can full screen it. So we are in my Backpack wallet and this tab here are applications. And each of those applications are an NFT, the way I understand it. So we can somehow add applications and then execute them in our wallet. How do we do that? Let's just Google XNFT and see what comes up. XNFT library, xnft.gg. So for instance, we could do G2 staking, ChatGPT. Flappy Bird is a classic example, but actually I'm more interested in this one. Let's see what happens if I click download. Connect your wallet to install XNFTs. So we connect our Backpack wallet. Maybe I want to make a new wallet, just in case I think I want to make a new wallet. So then I probably also need some sol to install this because I need to retrieve an XNFT. Okay, so we need to pay the transaction fee. It's not a new XNFT that is minted here for this, but it's a transaction that is executed to, I don't know, add myself as a user of this XNFT, something. So we need some sol. Good that we have figured that out. Cool. So now I have some funds. Then we're going to try this again. Install. Oh, okay. So we do pay for one token account though. Interesting. It looks like we pay for a token account or some other account. It could be a token account. Prove this. Check it out. What did we pay for? That account is owned by XNFT. So it's apparently an XNFT install. Yeah. An account that holds the information for that. So it's not a token. Not a token account. We're not handling with tokens here. We're not getting any token. Just installing this with the XNFT program. Okay. And that's the XNFT. That's the install. So that's the account that I just created. If I now go to my applications, I have this additional application in here. Let's see what that does. Okay, this doesn't resize properly, does it? But that's okay. Not everybody develops great XNFTs. I certainly won't. So I don't have that standard for other people either. Start with a message. GM. Good morning. They understand what I'm talking about. I've actually never interacted with ChatGPT ever at all. Yes, I know. I should. I mean, I'm a computer science student. I mean, I should at least try those things out, right? But then I was like, hype. And I could never be bothered. So let's see. What's an XNFT? I'm not sure what an XNFT is. Why did the tomato turn red? But they have context, so he knows that he told me a joke. Because it saw the salad dressing. Oh, come on. Okay, something more interesting. Who is Solandy? Not sure who Solandy is, but I'm sure they're awesome. I'm sure they are. Well, that's not fun. Let's leave that as it is. So that's just a showcase of an XNFT. Basically, it's something that sits in your backpack wallet and you can execute it. Such as your MadLad, which I have on a Ledger wallet now. This guy. And if I click on it, the application starts. And this is now the MadLad-xnft. And since they did a snapshot, I can now claim this, whatever it is. And then, no utility. Yes, exactly. So get the point. Applications inside your wallet. Great. Now we want to build something like that ourselves. We want to have an application in here that we can just run. So where do we find docs on that? react-xnft documentation. Well, that sounds nice. It shouldn't be too hard, right? It's just a little bit of React. Because essentially we're building a front end, right? XNFT, that thing that runs inside the wallet, that's just some front-end code. Don't even need a browser anymore. react-xnft is a framework for building executable NFTs. Yeah, that's what the X stands for. Unless you believe that great video there, this one.
Bro, that's fucking mad.
Also, the X in XNFT stands for extinction.
Hey everybody, this is Chewing Glass. Today I'm joined by...
It's so good. I will link it to you. It's a great video to watch. All right. Native wallet application with Backpack. So a MV-xNFT just looks like this. Essentially you have an app that you render and it's just, you know, whatever you want it to be, like a text. Moving on. What do we need to install? Yeah, you should be careful when installing anything. This page is for devs only. I'm a dev. Get the latest alpha. Backpack is by now in a beta release, so beta is better than alpha. Now we need to enable developer mode. Can I do that within the app by now, or do I need to do that through Chrome? There's a developer mode now, so I'm assuming that I can just do that. Okay, there we have some npm packages that we need to install. The CLI. And because we won't have our NFT published in this library yet, and probably never will, also because it's like a permission thing, they actually curate this list. They look through the NFTs such that you can be somewhat safe when installing them, that they're not scams. I mean, you're never 100% safe, but safer than if it was just everybody can publish. So we don't have our application in here yet, so it's not an official one. So we will need to use the simulator to pretend we have an official XNFT. So the simulator is an application that allows you to develop those XNFTs, and it comes with nice features such as hot reloading, which means when you change something in your code, then it will automatically be changed inside the application, so inside your backpack. And that's quite cool. So let's get ourselves this simulator right after we installed all of that stuff. Just show me some working examples. Core components. So here we have a list of what it would be in React and what's the corresponding thing in an XNFT. So in a normal React application, you know those divs, a container for elements. Those would be called views. For text, we got this, text field. So those are just some things that you have to look up once, how to do them. And then it's, you know, similar as you would do it in native React. You can also do React directly inside an iframe, but not recommended. Navigation, we have tabs. Signing transaction. Oh, great. Great. I love documentation like this. To do. Build manifest. To do. Example. Deploy. To do. Update. To do. Download. To do. Even the references. To do. Well, I mean, I guess we work with what we have. That's why I make a video, to make it easier for you. Who needs documentation if you have my videos? Right? Is that done with installing? Great. Then we install the next thing, the react-xnft. There, oh, no error. Let's get the Git first and see what we still need to get it to work. What do we have here? It's so funny how slow all of this is. So let's yearn. And that will probably install the dependencies anyway, hopefully. Well, I guess that's gonna take a while. Cool, that installed. So yearn dev, I think, will start that dev server. Yes, we have XNFT iframe on this port. Some dependency problems. I guess we ignore that for now and hope that it still works. Cool. So in our backpack wallet here, we now suddenly have this simulator. And if I click on that, then I will open the app that we just started, which should just give us, oh, it's broken. Damn it. Localhost refused to connect. Damn. Well, give me an hour or two. So my issue was that this library wasn't properly installed. This one, I had to reinstall that. But now when I run urn-dev, now it's starting properly and it's running on localhost port 19K06. And if we go in our backpack and then to the simulator, then that loads a bit, but then it should hopefully get us to that sample page. Waiting for localhost. Oh, this is already looking good. That's what that simulator does. And I think the simulator is just something that you activate with the developer mode. So if you go to localhost at that port, you will also get your React app. And I think I want to do this because my backpack just adds a little more overhead and my system is already so overwhelmed with everything. So this is what we should see inside of backpack if it would load correctly. Ha! There we go. Now it loaded. Cool. So this is the app now inside backpack. That's what it would look like with the tabs. And this is just the simulator simulating this XNFT that we're hosting in here. And for development purposes, I think it's easier to just work inside the browser. So I don't need to open backpack all the time. It just adds a bit of overhead that I don't want to have right now. So I'll work in my local browser. That's the hello world example for this XNFT simulator right now, because that's what we have in here. So the app of this, we downloaded this Git repository, and that XNFT quick start app essentially returns me this tab navigator, and this tab navigator is this thing that returns me a tab navigator with 3 screens. So that's the 3 things that we see here. 1, 2, 3. The ones here below. Yeah, we can give them names and register the components. They are then probably in here. I mean, admittedly, I'm not a React dev. I would just copy the parts from here that I want to use and then adapt them so that they look somewhat like what I want to have and then call it a day. But obviously you might want to learn React properly. I asked Amani what would be the things that I should teach people about XNFTs, and he's like, teach them Rust and React. React and Solana dev, not even Rust. Okay, so you want to learn React. Oh, maybe in the screens. Ah, that's where they are. Okay, cool. So we have the home screen. Yes, that's basically just the text that we see here. That's a text component and a flat list. So first some text, then a flat list. That's that entire component. The token navigator is already a bit more complicated because it's using effects and it's fetching data from a CoinGecko API. So again, we are basically just developing front-end code, and we can access any kind of resource that is out there, any web address or whatever, any API. And then it passes us into this flat list again, such that we end up with this thing. So again, just another example of how we would query something from the web and display contents inside our XNFT. And then the third one, the example screen, there we have a button, local image, a link, custom font, and opening a link. And we have touched upon this for a second, the core concepts here, how you would do those things, right? So there's the text, image, button, list, or flat list, button, the future is, and then the future. And on press, we can change the value of our future to a new value. So essentially this logic, the ternary operator here just says, if it's bright, then make it native. And if it's not bright, make it bright. So that's why when we come here, we can say native bright, da, 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 da. The future is bright. No, it's native. Okay, that's that example. So just a simple button. How do you do an on press? Cool. How do we do a local image? Well, just require it from somewhere. In this case, we have it in assets. Here we have an icon. And so we can just display this. And there's even a learn more link. Oh, it's also defined in here. It's just a text with learn more, and it has an on press that opens a URL. Okay. Custom font is, yeah, we just work with style, so we can put CSS formatting in here as you would in React. And opening a URL, of course, as we already saw up here. Linking, open URL. Here, we just do it on press, open URL, and then we can point to wherever. And that opens inside Backpack then. If I open this from my Backpack, then my Backpack wallet goes to this address. So this is still my Backpack now, right? So we're still within Backpack. We've just opened a link. So the Backpack is essentially our browser. And we can now interact with this page here and install ourselves more games like Flappy Bird. Show me the transaction, approve it. And then we have Flappy Bird installed as an application inside our Backpack. Flappy Bird. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aw. But back to our simulator. We were looking at this stuff. Yeah, those are just some examples. We can open links, we can display images, we can have buttons. Okay. Now, how do we get to the interesting stuff though? Like where we send transactions, because that's essentially what we want to figure out. And then when we have that, how do we get the NFT to our library? Publish a new XNFT. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Is there anything else in here? Hooks. Use theme. Use Ethereum connection. Use Solana connection. So I guess from this XNFT hooks, TSX, we can get the connection. And when we have a connection, we can essentially do whatever we want, right? Just need to then also figure out our public key, which we can probably get from usePublicKeys, which is a public key array. So let's do that. Yeah, so let's just play with this. I would just add another screen. I don't know, I'm not creative today. Bar label and this first XNFT. And the component will not be home screen, but Andy screen. I'm so uncreative, it's crazy. And then I'm gonna copy the home screen though. Wow, I need a better computer, it's crazy. And then I just use pubkeys from my XNFT hooks. Public key undefined, not assignable to React node. So apparently you need a string, and I have a list of public keys. Okay. Wow, I really don't understand TypeScript good enough to understand what type this is. Put the string in here, then we save this, and then we save the app. Now it automatically reloads that. Okay, cool. And here we have an Andy's first XNFT. Okay, I got it the wrong way around. I thought the Andy's first XNFT would be up here and the Andy would be down here. So what we did wrong is name is this thing. So that's the thing that's on top, and the bar label, that's just the lower part. Then we just have Andy down here. Pretty sure I could also change it, the symbol. We have head, link, email, image, text, alert, menu, radio, tab, whatever that is. But I don't like it. Wait, I want to go. There are over 6,000 of them. Video, key. Let's see what the key is. Probably a key symbol. Yeah, so you could play around with that. Anyway, so Andy, there are no pub keys. So cool. Maybe that's just because we're not inside Backpack really. Let's open this inside Backpack. There we go. We have the tab for Andy. And we also don't have pub keys. Okay. Let's see if that use public key, even though deprecated, if that works. Okay. So I can't access my pub key. Not like this. Maybe I need to do something else with those hooks. If you get stuck, look at source code that works. So we have, will be available soon, of course. Okay, so that got essentially in the screen. It just uses a get pub key and get connection. So yeah, doesn't seem like I'm doing something wrong. And we import that use connection from react-xnft, not from the hooks here, directly from react-xnft. Use SolanaConnection and use public keys, and we don't use whatever we have in here. Let's see. Use public keys will give me a public key. Seriously? One public key? Anyway, doesn't matter. Makes it easier for me. Use public keys will just give me a public key. Just do it to base 58 if it exists. Let's see what that does. Still no pub keys available on localhost. If we are inside the wallet, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, backpack. Show me the page. Or do you fail now? Is that the screen for it can't display? I would like to see some console output. That's approximately what it looked like when we tried to do the Mad Lads Mint as well. That's pretty much the screen I had the entire time. Localhost, 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 localhost. Give it to me. I mean, at least you should give me the same page as here. No? Yeah, okay, the home loads, but then if I click on Andy, then we get the problem. Okay, so there seems to be an issue in here. Well, let's debug that. Because I also, can I inspect that? Do we have a console for the, yeah, look at that. Oh, ho, 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 ah, ho, ho. Holy, lots of connection refused here. Then pk's to base 58 is not a function. Aha, okay, I see. But that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, so we have, this is not a function, probably because pk's, well, actually, I don't know why, but because I would have expected this to be a public key, at least that's what it tells me. But okay, just to string. In that case, still tells me no public key available. Aha, okay, but that's already good, because here we get an object. So it is something there. It's just not what we expect. That's fine. How can I print an object? Let's print that object as a JSON string. Okay. Okay, so my pub key comes in the form of Solana, and then that's my pub key. Okay, great. I mean, I take it. I'll just work with that. If that's what you give me, that's what you give me. I mean, this is still weird that you say this is a pub key, but whatever, I will work with it. So let's make my actual pub key. You know what? And I gotta retype you that you're, yeah, I don't understand why it comes back as this type. I'm just gonna, stupid, but okay. This is how I gotta retype. I mean, there are cleaner ways to do this, probably. Maybe I have the wrong version include. Like, I'm actually pretty sure that I have different versions of react-xnft installed by now. Maybe one globally that it imports now, and the other one that it executes. So maybe my TypeScript checker here points to a different react-xnft version than the one that I have installed then running in Backpack, something like that. So I'm pretty sure that if that would be properly typed, then you wouldn't, have to do this. But first we make it work, then we make it pretty. And the making it pretty, we usually skip. So we just make it work. Okay, anyway, so my const pub key is this. Okay, maybe I should also do a check for the pks here, actually. Now we should have the 2 base 58 though. Okay, and if that thing reloads, there we go. Your pub key, your pub key is this. Perfect. Got our pub key. Amazing. So here we're not inside Backpack, so we can't access the pub key. But inside Backpack, we have the pub key. Nice. Okay, so that took us 3 hours to just access our pub key inside Backpack, but we are getting there. Didn't say I would get there quickly. I said I would get there. Moving on, now that we have the pub key, we need the connection, maybe. Maybe we want to do some stuff with that connection. So let's get ourselves the connection as well. Use SolanaConnection. And let's see what connection returns us. Circular structure to JSON. Okay, so I can't, so apparently there are dependencies on itself again. So I can't create JSON stringify, fine. Okay, never mind. Let's just assume we had the connection because we can, and then we'll just get a latest block hash because that's something we will need. Or we could also just wait. I mean, that's not the cleanest code if I await something in here. But on the other hand, YOLO, I'm not writing good code, I'm writing code. After we've awaited this, we get the block hash. I can't await in here. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, I can just make a button press or something. I just make myself a button press and then I define a const. Yeah, let's do that. So, because obviously when we render it, we don't want to await something. Let's see if I could do that by myself. I want a button, and do you show me like on press or something? So in here, you have an on click. And that's not the same as you have here. That's an on press. So the one is a XNFT button and this is a native button. And it really doesn't matter which one I take, I think. But let's take the XNFT button and try and make it work. Really, all I want is the on click anyway. Click me is probably the text. We'll see. And on button click, async function. Come on. Yeah. My mic covers my keyboard, so I can't look down. Stupid. Okay. So we have an async function that can then do this sort of stuff. Okay. And on click, type promise void is not assignable to. Okay, so maybe you take the function and not the execution of the function. Okay, that's better. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, error. But I have the button here. It's an ugly button, but it is a button. Button is using incorrect casing. I'm either using the wrong button or the wrong whatever. Yeah, but let's see if it works. I mean, okay, wait, it doesn't do anything. I can't even check if it works. Guess we set block hash to block hash. Block hash is a string. Hold on. Okay, wait. So my issue is here you expect a string. Okay. Let's just do this then. Quick and dirty. I mean, I could type it properly and I don't want to. So block hash. I don't even want to talk loudly anymore. It's late. But hey, you gotta figure it out at some point. Click. Yes! Got it! Okay. We have a pub key. We have a connection that can give us a recent block hash. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check. Okay, that doesn't work more than once. Okay, now it just keeps being that one, and then at some point it's another one. Cool. I thought it would update that much quicker. Okay, that seems to work. We have a connection, we have a pub key. We can basically do everything we want already, almost. So for now, we just got the recent block hash. Let's build ourselves a transaction that we then actually send. And then we call it a night. What do we actually do? Well, just some random sol to some address. And since I'm working on mainnet, I'm gonna use actual addresses. I'm gonna pick one of many ND addresses. Made myself a new address, ND yay. Just gonna use that address. And then we just build a system program transfer instruction. Simple stuff. From my pub key to my receiver. Lamports, well, a bit more than rent exemption. So minimum for rent exemption is 0.0008. So let's do 0.001, 0.001, which is 123, 123, 123 in Lamperts. Remove that. Boom. Don't even need the Lamperts per sol because I know how many Lamperts per sol we have because I'm smart. No, I just have done that for so many times already that I know that it's a billion. Okay, so from pub key you don't like this because this pub key could be undefined. That is true. Check that we have a pub key. Make sure wallet is connected. Would be the nicer way to say this, but I'm lazy. So this thing gives me an instruction, right? And then we make a transaction. We add the instruction. And now comes the difficult part. How do we actually send this? Because with our connection, we can try and send, but then I can't sign with this, right? Could attempt to send, but I don't have the right signers. And if I do that without the right signers, then it will just tell me, hey, piss off. I mean, it's also deprecated, but still, it will just tell me, you know, this is... So this won't work. I'll just prove to you that this won't work, but I want to see how it's not working. Okay, So if I click this, then I get an additional buffer not found. Okay, so we don't even get to the signing. 35. Here already you fail. So apparently I again have some dependency issues. I hate this. I hate it so much. I mean, the simple way would be to build a transaction manually. The browser bundle does not contain all the dependencies required for running Solana Web3.js module. Aha. Okay, so in the browser, we don't have all the dependencies that Web3.js would have. Okay, browser.js file in a script tag in your code and you're good. There must be a better way. I mean, I could just add that, but then okay, click me. Still buffer not defined. Yeah, I've seen this before. Could I do it manually like this? Okay. That says not implemented, but there, at least now, I can build it like that. So, I mean, that's ugly AF, and it's just a stupid workaround, but we're just gonna build ourselves that system transfer instruction manually. System program transfer instruction. Fine. I don't remember how that works. Let's do a transfer. So, out to our backpack wallet, and we just send back to my wallet 0.001. Send it. Okay, so we did a system program transfer instruction. I want this in raw, and we provide account from, we provide account to, and the hex data is 2, so that seems to be the instruction, and that is most likely then the amount in sol, in Lampert's, sorry, hex F4240, F4240, and the rest is zeros. So yes, that's true. So we have a U64 for the Lamperts, and we have 2 for the instruction. So why do I need to do this manually? Because my system program thingy doesn't have the buffer. Okay, fine. Here I also don't have a buffer. Shit. How do I get the data in there if I don't have a buffer? Because I would do it like... But before we even do that, do I have a buffer? Back. So what's the error? Yeah, still the button. It doesn't like the button. I don't care. I like my ugly button. Click it. And we get buffer is not defined. So we have the same error even if we try to make a manual transaction like this. That buffer just doesn't exist in the browser. How do we get around that? How did they do that? Do you use a buffer? Yeah, you use a buffer, but why does it work for you? Maybe that helps. Maybe not. But maybe it does. Click. Oh, but that looks better. Think we got around that. So it has 4 bytes, so that's 32. 2 for the... That's how I would do it manually. Okay, so send transaction does not exist, and it also doesn't work. So let's forget that, because, I mean, we can't add the signature anyway. The way we would need to do this now, xnft.solana.send. Oh, this is not a function. So apparently it's again a different error. Okay, but we have a buffer. So how about we don't do it with our version, but with the standard system program? Does that work? No! Buffer is not defined. Yeah, here this buffer is ignored. And there it's not included. Okay, fine, we need to do it manually. Then let's use this function then. It's a small number anyway. And then write it again. A 0. Fine, then I split that. Does this work now? Okay. Unexpected event. Okay, but so far it's looking good. Okay, let's see. Can we send that somehow? Do we have a window? Window.xnft. Okay, that doesn't give me anything. But there should be a, what was it? .solana.send. Let's see. Then just a transaction. I mean, if that would just work, that would be amazing. I log it and I will also remember it here. And I most likely want to await this. Okay. Let's just try it. Clicky click. Whoa! Approve. Rejected signature request. But hey, it already did the thing with the showy show. That's already more than I expected actually. That's good. User rejected signature request. I did not though. Clicky click. Wait, that's weird. Failed to simulate. Transaction is unlikely to succeed. So maybe that's another issue with how I built the transactions. So no transactions were sent. It's weird that it says user rejected signature, even though I hit approve. Transaction is unlikely to succeed. So apparently also the simulation already fails. So something I'm clearly still doing wrong here. Maybe I'm not doing, oh, wait. Maybe I'm not doing this one right. Hey. Maybe I'm overwriting all the same stuff. That could be, I need the right offsets. That could be that I didn't build the, yeah. Maybe I just didn't build the transaction right. So, try that again. Click. Still unlikely to succeed. Not enough account keys. Aha! But not enough account keys. That is true though. Because indeed, I did not provide enough account keys. So obviously we need to put my public key here. Oh man, that's because I forgot. And then the system program. So, okay. Yeah, I was totally missing that. You're right. Yeah, let's fix the buffer first, and then I forgot to ever look at that again. Getting there. Try again. Click me. But hey, now it doesn't say unlikely to, yeah, so we got a signature. Check this out, baby. Check it out. Check it out, yo. NDA got paid. Look at that. And if I look in my wallet, here, I can confirm that I have at least a little bit. I have 0.00098. Oh no, I have so much, but Solfra is just being a bitch and always increasing the compute units, so I can't really send all of that out. But yeah, the Explorer knows I have 0.001 sol. But hey, that's it. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to build an XNFT that can send a transaction. Yes, we had to do it way more complicated than you would usually do it because the buffer just didn't want to be included in the other package, so I couldn't do it like that. So I had to build it manually, which is a bit annoying and a lot of code, and still a nice practice to build it manually. But yeah, the whole dependencies topic is a bit annoying with this. Must admit, also the typing that I used here. I mean, this is not how this is supposed to work. But anyway, I'm hardcore assuming that this is gonna get better once more XNFTs are being built, and then there will hopefully also be better documentation on this whole thing. But for now, we build a basic XNFT that can send a transaction inside Backpack. Look at that. It just opens that, and then I can confirm it, and then it sends me another 0.001 sol to my address. What a great XNFT! Now, admittedly, this is all still running locally, and it's not actually an XNFT because I didn't mint anything. Let's see if I click on publish your code as an executable XNFT. Executable XNFT. It's like ATM machine. Upload a manifest zip. So manifest, I saw this somewhere. Build manifest. To do. Oh, it's an app. Backend for storage, for storing published content. So apparently we upload it to Arweave or AWS or wherever. Ah, that's the type for it. Okay, got it. But what do I need to put on the Arweave? And why is Shadow Drive not supported? So we saw this before when we started when we installed our XNFT. There's an install authority and an install vault. Installation price. Nice, we can even say supply, how many people can install that. And maybe we just make this a topic for another video. Yeah, I'll do this next time. I'll keep the publishing for another video because I do want to go to sleep at some point. And this seems like a difficult task because the documentation is not ideal. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out, but I'm also pretty sure that it's going to take a long time and I will probably not sleep until 6 a.m. if I start with that now. So, which is not, we are just not gonna publish. But we did build a nice XNFT. I mean, come on, it gets your pub key. See, I'm not in the mood for developing anymore. Backpack is also tired. I can get a recent block hash. I can sign a transaction, get the signature. I mean, what more do you need? And all of that inside Backpack. Isn't that cool? That's actually quite cool. I mean, I like XNFTs. I like this. You can build your applications like that. And then you can even tie them to an actual NFT that people can send around, and only the ones with the NFT can access it or something. Or you can let anyone mint or install your XNFT. That also works. So, I mean, it's quite a cool concept. I'm glad we had a look at that. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Just a quick little introduction to XNFTs. You do have the basic knowledge for attempting to create your own XNFT. There will be more content about that, hopefully soon. And it still feels like a lot of chewing glass, right? It's still, if the docs look like to-dos, then on the positive side, there's much room for improvement. And we can all work together to improve it. Like I'm doing my part by producing content, other people do their parts in writing docs, right? And then we can all build ourselves our XNFTs and have great applications inside the Backpack wallet. Yep, great. So we're gonna end it on this positive note here. It's been a nice video. Speaking of nice videos, you can go check out those, subscribe and like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next video talking about PNFTs or CPIs in Anchor or doing a Beyonce video clip. Not sure. And because it was so fun, click me and approve. This is cool. See ya.